Alright, let's put this on full screen. Hello, this is ZW Lemon, and today we're going to be commentating, commentating a, what's it called? A Plagued match, for D-League in the Dominion League. Basically what happens, for what I understand of this, there's like an open spot, so there's a certain amount of spots for each, like, league, or I'm gonna do a terrible job of explaining this, but like there's like certain spots open for each tier in League, and I think they have one spot open, and after they fill a certain amount of spots, you know, if there's still spots open, they allow people, the next two, like most likely to promote people to like play a match for that spot. That doesn't make sense. I probably should have looked at the rules and just explained it that way, but oh well. Oh well. So basically what's happening here is icul, I believe, I don't know how to pronounce that, and grimmbros are going to be fighting, they're going to be playing a match to see who takes that spot. Both of these players coming from E-League. I don't know very much about either of these players, but I guess we'll find out when I see their playstyle. Okay, yeah, also objective, it should be, the winner of this match is going to be the first to 2.5. Okay, you get 1 point for a win and 0.5 for a tie. So by game 4, the first to reach 2.5 would win. If by game 4 it's tied 2-2, then you play to game 6. In that case, the first player to hit 3.5, the score of 3.5 would win. And then if by game 6 it's still tied 3-3, then the last game would be decided by, there'd be a game 7 with a random starting order, random player starting order, and yeah, whoever wins that last match would win the set. If there's a tie, then second player would win. I think I've done an okay job of explaining that. Either way, I don't know if they've actually read the rules or not. I think they might, but yeah. Alright, here we go. We are finally starting this match right now. Alright, let's look at this board real quick and we'll see what they're gonna do. Grimmbros with a 4-3. icul with the 2-5. I believe I like the 2-5 a lot better than the 4-3. But we can look at the kingdom real quick. You have a village with acting troop, wall village, and nobles, so you should be able to build here. There is no thinning. And there's also a family of inventors thing, so that's going to make this actually more interesting. So now because now grimmbros can open like Cultist or something, which is what you'd probably want to do. We haven't gone to all the specifics, but yeah, you have these villages. You do not have any thinning. You have sycophant, which can, you know, get you some money, some favors. I don't think you want favors too much, but you might want a little bit. Draw is Cultist, Carnival, Nobles. There is no thinning other than Prize Goat from Cutthroat. And we have VP of Groundskeeper and Nobles here. So let's see. I believe they both got Cultist. They got a Guardian. Yeah, so I mean the Cultist is not surprising here. You can't really do anything crazy with it, and the runes should stay in your deck forever. What else do you want here? As grimmbros, I think that you would prefer a silver, right? I mean, you want to hit 5 a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. So grimmbros is going to be able to hit 5 right off the bat. Let me close my browser. Yeah. Oh wait, am I dumb? So, oops. Decided to be really smart there. Just close out my browser. This is not... Yeah, this is going to be a play-in. Alright. So, yeah, they already got their cultist going. icul is going to get their guardian out, so they're not going to get really... So they're not going to really get, ruined here. I think grimmbros definitely needs a guardian here. Well, I guess he doesn't know that icul doesn't have a cultist in hand. And it looks like grimmbros already has like 4 ruins in deck. No one's taken a walled village, a nobles. I guess it's all cultists now. At some point, you need to take some sort of village. I imagined you would want... you have... Grimmbros has 6, you might take a nobles here. That wouldn't be a terrible play. Yeah, that's not bad. I would recommend that they grab a walled village soon. If it doesn't hit your cultist, then, you know, you can just put it back on top. And now, they're finally going to be able to give back some ruins. Ugh. It's kind of ugly, because as grimmbros, you know, you don't want these, you know, mines in your deck. Or you don't want these ruins in your deck, but you don't want to take a guardian here. Kind of in a tough spot for grimmbros right now. I think you have to take the guardian and just hope. Well, what are your options here? You look kind of ugly. Such as the cultist games, I suppose. You know, there's something I forgot to say is plus buy. That's really important. The only plus buy is going to come from loot from Cutthroat. Or you have a ruin market as well, which I assume one of them might have a ruin market. I might know if I didn't close out my browser like an idiot. Tough decision. You're kind of losing from here either way. Goes for the guardian. I don't hate it. I think icul in a much better spot here. So as icul, what are you doing? You have your cultist out. You have 1 nobles. You kind of need some village here. What are they undoing? Can't do. Oh, I guess they maybe didn't play their coppers or something. Yeah. Duchy. I don't hate it. No duchy. Well, I mean, the only reason I think duchy is okay here, I mean, maybe is because like this game is going to be ending really quickly. Then again, I mean, we might be at the point of the decks where like you can play guardians consistently, so maybe ruins don't pile. Oh, Saturn Vectors, victory restriction, province mountain pass first, that extends the game. You have to hit, yeah, you have to hit, whatchamacallit, you have to hit 8 first, which is going to be hard here. So, I don't particularly like the Groundskeeper, I will say. I mean, you want those in your deck, but, I mean, right now, if we're trying to keep building, we need... If anything, we need more villages. But it might not matter because icul just put like 3 more ruins into grimmbros deck. Yeah, like ideally I'd like to play these cultists and then play more cards, but you know. I don't like triggering that shuffle personally. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty much over for grimmbros. Doom is correct here. You can't play the ruined market, and what do you even do with ruined market? Do you have like you don't have any really favors. By 2 guardians? Yeah, but you're down on VP. It's like you're down a VP and you're making it easier for your opponent to pile. But, you know, yeah, I guess that's fair. You also have a shuffle where your 3 of your cultists are missing, so that's kind of not going to be great. My goodness, I would say that I know I'm not playing the game right now, but I would say for icul, it would be so much better you grab like a walled village at some point, because it's like you're gonna draw a bunch of groundskeepers dead doing what you're doing, and it's like you would, yeah, you see like that, like buying the extra groundskeeper doesn't do a lot for you there. But I guess they're just going to go for the piles, too. This should be a duchy for grimmbros. Or nobles, maybe? Maybe nobles. With the hope that maybe you can do something? Yeah. I don't hate... I think I don't hate nobles. It should just be... Yeah, the game is, like, really close to ending. I guess you just do 3 cards. Oh, that's tragic. Maybe an acting trip at some point would have been good. Yeah, the estate's gonna be necessary. Oh, this is so bad. This is so ugly. Oh, I see. We're just drawing these groundskeepers dead. Not that it really matters. Yeah. I mean, it looks like... I mean, this isn't really, like, pro analysis here, but, like, it just looks like, icul is just able to dump, you know, ruins way faster in the grimmbros deck. Way faster than the grimmbros could, you know, do that. So, yeah, with, like, Guardian and Cultist, it was gonna be really finicky. So it's 5-2. What did they already get? We haven't even looked. Junk Dealer? Yeah, it's fine. Junk Dealer's fine. Replace works too. What's this? League of Shopkeepers. Let's look at this. We haven't even looked at this board yet. You know, I don't hate Junk Dealer. Junk Dealer better than Replace? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, you hit 5, and, like, it's better on your deck for, like, drawing-wise. It's not like a giant stop card. So, I agree with Junk Dealer. That was probably the right open. On the 3-4, what am I doing? Silver Cleric, probably, yeah. You want to hit a lot of high price points here. Bobble, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, but is League of Shopkeepers good here? I mean, free Bobble, but, like, yeah. It's like a copper... It's like a pouch, almost. And I don't think you're going to be limited on plus buy on this board. Well, then again, you also have the top decking thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. No, I was wrong. Bobble is better to go with here. King's Court, I don't like, because, I mean, you don't... Yeah, you get the free top decking later. Yeah, I agree. King's Court seems early. Like, you're going to want those, but, like, not now. But, you know, then again, you know, icul has just been showing that my intuition is completely wrong here. It's like, you don't want a King's Court this early, and then it just collides with, like, Junk Dealer, so maybe you do. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It looks like icul is just like way ahead here. What do you do here? Do you get a sack of loot now? Sculptor. It is a form of gains. I mean, I don't hate it. Buys an expedition. I think I like I think I just like top decking sack of loot better and getting that going. Personally, you're gonna get really thin real soon. You're gonna want to ramp up in payload. Okay. Do you get a captain here? Maybe no. You get a sack of loot. No, duh. But is payload that good? It doesn't work with KC. Well, I mean, plus buy is good. I think you at least like want one. Like plus buy allows you to hit invasion a bunch of times. Yeah, it's true. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you skip sack of loot here. Yeah. You know, maybe you're right. Maybe this is mostly just a KC build here. Maybe just expedition draw of loots. Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. I mean, you definitely want to play a lot of expedition draw, so it's like... So, like, a loot with plus buy usually just turns into, like... You know, it could be like a +2 cards. Duration draw. Yeah. KCWG is playing... I mean, the only ideal thing is, like, with Expedition, it's like, your stuff's more likely to line up. Oh, wait, here's another reason you want... There's another reason you want Sack of Loot here. And you want to replace your loots into provinces. That's really good here. So yeah, I think one Sack of Loot is justified. We do need some more sculptors, though, for sure. Now, grimmbros can hit invasion here, so that's going to be pretty good. Top deck said, what did they top deck? Oh, it did top deck a Sack of Loot. I love to see multi-clerk upset an expedition drawer's turn. Well, I mean, half of it is just seeing your KCs collide. So, I guess you have to use... I guess you have to use a King's Court, like... Yeah, I guess you could... It's just like having your King's Court collide, but you have to use one of your King's Courts on workers' villages if you get clerked enough. So... Yeah. Either way, the game the King's Court put that on top. What do you want to do with Spell Scroll here? I mean, it could be a captain. Could just be a Sack of Loot. How thin are they? Captain is bad. Sees out of play, can't KC it here. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Well, no, you can KC You can KC Captain. I guess it just keeps a KC out, though. Here, it's nice, because maybe it saves... Maybe it saves grimmbros from this utterly horrible dud. I'm not sure it's going to, but, you know, it might. Oh, they get a hammer. That's a really good loot to have. Some might even say it's the best loot to have. Oh, see, yeah. Now King's Court. No reason to top deck the hammer? I mean, I like playing hammer. I'm not opposed to it. I don't see anything super wrong with it. What do you want here? I don't think I really want top deck and bobble. I might just put in a stay in their deck. Well, that... Oh yeah, actually this for... I think if Grimmbros is the one with 2 King's Courts, it should be a double expedition here. Right? If I did count right, they do have 2 King's Courts. They really need to get thin. Ew. Trash bauble. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if a King's Court's down there, I think Double Expedition would have allowed a guaranteed, like, King's Court and the Junk Dealer there for Grimmbros. Would have been a lot better. I see Yogi in the prize goat, even though he absolutely does not need it. I say he, I don't know the pronouns. I should use they instead. Let's see. Oh, there. I guess you're gonna get a lot of draw off this. Okay, so they're gonna get the King's Court Junk Dealer, so that's good. Dude. King's Court this Junk Dealer and turn it into turn it into a King's Court. Kill the Duchy. Yeah, the Duchy needs to die too, for sure. Yeah, you need to replace either a Junk Dealer or a Duchy into a King's Court and then draw into it. That'd be so good. Okay, that should have totally been a King's Court there. Then again, maybe they want to hit Invasion this turn, so maybe that's not as bad of a play as I thought. Alright. Alright, so they go with Invasion. I mean, that's, I think, the right play there. If Grimmbros is lucky, they'll get a hammer. They don't get a hammer. They get an insignia, but I guess it doesn't really matter. You're not really starved for plus buy anyways. Yeah, I mean, Expedition definitely being the right play there. Going for provinces already. I'm just gonna do... I don't know if I really like the second sack of loot there. And honestly, cursing's not going to be the greatest here. I think you could have drawn your deck as icul and done that. Not sure. I think that this should... I think for sure what this should be is King's Court, King's Court, Junk Dealer. And then... yeah. What is this play order? I don't want these estates in my deck. Okay. This is not how you... Oh. This is not how you want to play this. I know... this is sad. You had 3 coppers that you could have trashed a Junk Dealer. Okay, so I gotta go and explain why that was bad, even though they're probably already feeling the effects of it. First off, you know, the biggest detriment to putting a curse in your opponent's deck is you put a stop card in their deck, so it makes it harder to draw, you know? But if you're replacing your coppers into estates, you're also getting a stop card in your deck, you know? Granted, you're getting more points. But yeah, okay, that is disastrous. Game losing even. Ugh. Oh. You hate to see it, but it's part of the game, I guess. Oof. That was bad. I'm not gonna. Let's not sugarcoat it. That was bad. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Well. All right. So he draws a little bit more. Can throw the clerk out. Yeah. Well, at least you got that junk out of your deck. You know, maybe it's not completely over for grimmbros, but that was not a good play. But they did save it a little bit by playing the junk dealer there. So they got 12. What should this play be? This should very much be an evasion. You get some points. You set your deck up for some more success. Get a King's Court. Oh, they get a hammer. Good for them. Good for them. They got a good loot. What do you get for your 5? Do you get invasion? No, expedition bauble? Sculptor? They do need a sculptor. It's just really dangerous right now. It's really dangerous to do that. Yeah, because it's like if your King's Courts miss here, it's gonna be really rough. I think the time to get Sculptor would have been before they had deck control, or maybe this turn they can like replace into maybe a Sculptor. That might be good. I think I would want to play those as workers' villages, but it's whatever. Let's see. Let's look at piles. It doesn't look like there's going to be a pile out. At least in the near future. What is their plan here? Replace... I think you're good on replaces right now. I would have probably gone for a King's Court there. But it's whatever. Shield plus Expedition is nice. Yeah, agreed. Too bad you can't guarantee, like, top deck to shield, but it is still nice. This KC will be stuck on Captain. It's not going to be... That would be a huge deal if we were continuously adding KCs to our deck, like by replacing the duchies to King's Courts. But yes. It's also not the worst thing in the world because it adds some reliability. This KC will be stuck out on a captain. He could have stuck 2 captains on a single KC. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is something that could have happened. Let's see. Oh, wait. Please don't tell me they King square that. Okay, they didn't. Good. Good. I think I like replacing this junk dealer to a KC. We don't need the junk dealer anymore. And I think that would have been a better target than Duchy, personally. But it is what it is. Right now, I'm gonna be honest. Seems like grimmbros has a more functioning deck right now, but not really as great payload. Whereas looks like icul Doesn't have as good a deck, but they're have a little bit better payload, I guess. We're really kind of just content to play a replace here and just replace loots. I think you could do a lot more replacing if you built a little bit bigger here. Yeah, Sculptor would have fixed the payload problem instantly. Yeah, that's true. I don't disagree there. You can also grab like workers' villages and have more pile pressure. Okay, well. They can get one this turn. I see Evil's deck. Wow, I mean, I might have not been paying attention to it, but what happened? I really thought that after that one turn that they'd have a bigger lead than this, but no. I guess I haven't been really paying attention, but like, wow. Okay, I would have... One thing you want to do here is you definitely would have liked to have King's Court the Clerk. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think that you can do a lot more than... Oh, wait. Am I dumb and they just have like a pile out here that I just like totally missed? I might be. I don't think they'll be able to pile and win the game, but well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have something. Let's look. I mean, to win, what do you need? You need to empty workers' villages. You need to empty estates. You need to empty curses. No, I think they have it. No, I'm wrong. If they replace this estate for yeah. Don't need that as much. Yeah, no, that's exact the amount they need. Oh, good job by Grimmbros. Excellent work here. Really coming back after that really one not very good play, you know? That was good. They saw the estate and curse pile was low, and kind of just went for that. They may have also had a win in provinces, I'm not sure, but, you know, that's fine. A win's a win. Alright, looks like these guys are going to continue on Saturday morning, and I will be there, and I'll be tired as heck. But, yeah, sounds good. Alright, guys, I'll see y'all later. Alright, we're at game 3 of, Game 3 of icul versus grimmbros. Let's put it on full screen. It's 8 in the morning where I'm at. Which, I mean, it's not the earliest it could be. But it's a little worse if you decide to stay up till 2 last night. Not that I did that or anything. Alright, anyhow, let's look at this kingdom. That's right, they're starting off 1-1, and yeah. What is Riverboat setting aside? Riverboat sets aside Ronin, so you get... It's like a little top draw too, unless you get a discard attack. Not my highest priority. That might be your only draw. Well, no, you draw here with Riverboat and Moat, you know, going on. Yeah. You do have 2 forms of village. Well, 3 forms of hideout. Thinning with hideout and island. So what do they open? They open silver. Silver's probably what I would open, because you probably want to hit 5 here, especially with... I mean, you can mining road a capital in, or you can mining road a wealthy village in. There's a lot of that stuff. A lot of high price points you want to hit. Yeah. So there's that. I'd say for the open, Good options are like, Silver Moat, Silver Ghost Town, Silver Island are all fine. I guess it's also good to look at these, the landscapes, or I think the landmarks. I'm not. Yeah, they're called landscapes, I think. Alignment's going to be a pretty big deal. What's going to activate it? Rustic Village, so that's probably going to take a while to activate, but it just means you're going to be able to, alignment basically turns all your coppers into cantrips, so I mean you can draw them, so you can usually draw deck, which is pretty good. They both open hideout. Back in the day, I heard it was actually like not a good open because like you turn like your estates. If you're playing hideout in the open, you're trashing your estates are your most valuable, or not estates. Coppers are your most valuable card, and when you play it, you like trash your estate into a curse, so you didn't really do anything. So yeah, I mean, you might still try to do that just for kind of efficient extra, thing. But yeah, grimmbros is gonna have to. Well, they could trash a copper here actually and get a moat. It's not a terrible play. Hideout's still pretty good. Yeah, you still want hideout. It's just that like, it's just the open maybe not so much. Like, you might possibly take island instead. Believe it or not. icul both getting buried treasures under 5, which I agree with. That's a good play. But yes, yeah, it's the no. You still want to thin. It's just that like hideout an opening hideout will not be like really thinning. You'll either be like cutting into your payload, or like you're just transforming a estate into a curse. But I mean, hideout is. But I mean, you're not wrong. That like the hideout open isn't like horrible, and like basically you can trash like. You're gonna want it for sure. You're gonna want to trash out all these coppers, because Enlightenment's probably not coming in for a while. So I mean, it's not the worst thing. I'm just. Alright, they get Wealthy Village in play, so that's pretty good for them. Getting a puzzle box, and they get, a Wealthy Village. They grab a moat. I like that. There's a lot of village here between Wealthy Village, Rustic Village, and Ghost Town, and Hideout. This is like 4 different villages, so it's like, and moat's gonna be your main draw, so if you got the extra buy, pretty good. Yeah, should play. I'd play moat here and see if I find like a copper or something. Yeah. Well, this time actually I might trash in the state. Yeah, get the curse here just to take. To see if they can take here Wealthy Village or Rusted or Buried Treasure again. I'm pretty sure the answer is Wealthy Village. And both of grimmbros and icul getting some unlucky insignias. Well, I mean, I get lucky in the sense it can set up for next turn, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But you can't like top deck like a Rustic Village and a moat. But yeah. Oh, they could have also, if they wanted to there, they could have mirrored for a Wealthy Village, which I think they see right now. Other good options are Wealthy Village Ghost Town, Wealthy Village Moat. Both of those are fine. Yeah, so they're going to get 2 Wealthy Villages. Unfortunately, they got the balloons, which I think it's pretty unanimously agreed to be the worst loot, because it's just 2 golds. It is a little bit questionable because they saw the loot. They did see the first loot, I mean, I guess in my mind, I'd figured like, oh yeah, I knew they're gonna mirror Wealthy Village, but like, yeah, you don't know if they're gonna like see the new information and take it back. So That wasn't really communicated. So yeah, it is actually kind of a sketchy undo. So here they have some they had insignia on like 3 buys. So you could like top deck a wealthy village and possibly a moat here, you know. Wouldn't be like crazy unreasonable. Heck, you might even do like 2 wealthy villages. Well, no, wait, you have mirror here, so you can do more than that. You can like, even with 3 buys, you can save your buy here. What would I do here? I think what I like personally is I think I like mirror wealthy village, you know, top decking all that, and then like mirror loot, which I think comes out to like 8 plus 5. Yeah, actually that's not bad. Or not mirror loot, mirror moat. That's not bad. They go mirror hideout. Well, you need to get thinning in, so doesn't seem like the worst thing to me. What are they? Okay, they're doing mirror moat. Maybe just I would not do, yeah. The reason I'm a little wary of like at least top decking 3 moats, I wouldn't, is because like you might have to trash a moat here. If your top card is, if the top card you play with hideout is something you already wanted to trash, then I guess you're fine. But like, you know, top decking that moat, well, your hideout's gonna see only 1 card to trash that's not a moat or a hideout. And if you, with top decking the moat, it's only gonna see 1, so it's a little sketchy. Let's see here. Okay, so they're just emptying wealthy village. Well, actually, there's still 1 left. Okay. See, yeah, this is the kind of thing I'd be worried about. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have the trash moat here, but I mean, hideout is able to trash this curse, so it's really not the end of the world. They are the ones playing more moats. They are going to likely be able to draw their deck more. Alright. So they hit 9. Good options here. Wealthy Village, Ghost Town. Actually, that might be what I'd go with. Because I think grabbing, I guess you can grab 2 more moats, but I'm sort of afraid of drawing them dead, and I think Ghost Town adds a lot of reliability here. Other options, I think you would probably take Last Wealthy Village. I don't think that's very much doubt about that. Yeah, I like that play, the Ghost Town. See, if they see a moat here, they'll be pretty happy. If they see this draw, they won't be happy because you just saw a lot of their villages here. That being said, it's far from over. You can just put some ghosts. Honestly, you can just throw some ghost towns in play. So, like, maybe 2 ghost towns and a buried treasure. And icul's deck. I've been focused a lot on grimmbros deck. Let's look at icul's deck. They sort of been behind on the loot gaining. I think that grimmbros has more moats, if I'm correct. I think it's the split is like 2. Is it like 2 to 6? It might be 3-5. icul gained 1 moat last turn. They have, I think it's 2 moats. No, they've had 3 moats. Okay. So they got 3 moats. Piles are getting low. We have a low buried treasure. Gonna be honest, I don't like that play. The game is getting close to ending, so I do sort of get that, but I don't think the estate's gonna cover much. And getting 2 buried treasures, I think, lowers piles a little more than I'd like. 1 buried treasure seems fine to me. Grab a rustic village. Interesting. So, okay. A pro move for icul will be not to trigger the shuffle. Like just happened. But I don't think they really can win here because they only have 4 buys. A mirror only works for the mirror only works for action cards. Grab buys. They grab a province, which is good. You know, they understand the game's close to ending. Yeah, double ghost down here seems the best. So maybe you can draw through some of these cards. And yeah, they see a moat, so it might end up being alright here. Now Grimmbros has to decide what to trash, because last turn for Grimmbros, I wanted to play like 1 or 2 ghost towns, so that way, you know, they're gonna see more cards. You know, you have a little bit better of a village situation, especially when you're gonna be seeing a bunch of moats down here. If you're, yeah. Can they end they can end the game, but that would not be winning. They can buy all the buried treasures and moat. That's not what you really want to do. Hideout. Yeah, it doesn't work for hideout either. I like the idea of maybe going a Ghost Town Duchy into play. Ghost Town, because if Grimmbros is deck tracking, they might know that moats are at the bottom of their deck. And Ghost Town would be good for getting those. And Ghost Town's just a great card in general. Just solid stuff. Double Province is fine too. It'll be a little worse. If there's a dud, it'll be a little worse, but, you know, if there isn't a dud, then the pressure was worth it. Yeah, so I guess they still have the lead on Wealthy Villages, so there's still a couple down here, so I guess they're fine. The double province is fine. Okay. So they grab 6, and they also get the last moat. Interesting. Well, I guess if you grab a province, you have the luxury of doing that. I think you gotta play the hideout now. Honestly, get rid of the estate. I mean, that'd be my mentality. Well, getting rid of the moat's fine too. Yeah, this is not terrible. I mean, this is just Duchy Estate. I mean, you want to be greening here. Getting close to the end of the game, and you just want to be as up as much VP as possible. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so they had 4 moats, so that's actually pretty good for icul. They seem to be, you know, going through the deck just alright, you know. This estate, unfortunately, will probably have to become a curse. Unless I'm, like, miscounting. I guess you have 14 without... if you have 14 if you trash the estate, and 12 if you trash the curse. There's not too much benefit for getting, 14 here. So I see, kind of the benefit of just, I mean, the benefit of trashing the silver. Wealthy Village displays the moat. Just gonna trash this copper. And the moat will successfully block the sword attack, so that's a little satisfying to see. So, anything that's slightly nerfed sword is probably a good thing. So yeah, this is just gonna be Province Duchy. You could, if you wanted to play Life on the Edge, you could do Province Buried Treasure, but I think Province Duchy is gonna be the safer bet. Double Ghost Town. What do I think? You have to spend, since it's not an action, you have to spend a lot of buys to buy that, so it's most likely safe. They only have one buy coming in. You don't have like a mining road or anything else, so I think that's fine. Yeah, this will just be a province for ICOL. Just kind of hope that their opponent can't double prov. Now, fortunately for them, they won't. So, and they can't bury treasures. Duchy, or you get one duchy is pretty much guaranteed. You have a couple of lines from Grimmbros' position. You can do Duchy Province. You can go up 8, but that's really unsafe because that loses the Duchy Province. And what did they have in play? Oh yeah, no, there's no way you do that with 2 buried treasures and Ghost Town in play. That's like almost guaranteed to lose. They also have a lot of buys coming in, so like lowering Ghost Town is going to be kind of rough. I think for me, the play seems probably just go Duchy Island, and if ICOL doesn't hit, yeah, it is very close. This is very close. This is a good game, honestly. It's a good game of Dominion. I'm glad I commentated this one. Yeah, they get a capital and top tick that. An interesting choice. One I like, I do hope that they at least take an island here. Oh yeah, no problem. I actually liked commentating a lot. I don't know, this one's felt like a pretty good opportunity to do. I don't always get the chance to do it, but this one just sort of worked out. Okay, they grabbed the island. So that's good. So that means they're not just going to lose from like Duchy and then like 4 ghost towns. So it looks like Enlightenment hits. Interesting. I did not think it was going to hit this round. So that's all their moats there. Do you play? I think right now, if I'm ICUL, I'm thinking myself, I think I have to draw to try to hit double province, especially if Enlightenment hits. Okay, nice. So they only need 1 more to win. So yeah, I get rid of these like ghost towns. Man, this is nerve-wracking, dude. Oh, and just barely misses it. Oh gosh, now it's not a good position for them at all. Okay, I would not have done that. You don't... I don't know if they even meant to do that. It's easy to like misclick with alignment on. But man. I mean, yeah, this is it looks like a misclick. Your opponent is not really required to give that to you, but at all. But I mean, it just depends. Like like sometimes you're not allowed to see like new info technically, but in that case, it's like very clearly was a misclick, and that would probably be game losing. ICUL not with great options. Not hitting 16 there was the game almost. So, with this grimmbros not coming in, they have a buried treasure coming in, and they have a top deck capital. So, you definitely can't buy 3 duchies here and be safe. They have an insignia in play, so they could actually mirror grimmbros a bit. They could top deck a capital here. You could buy duchy and maybe top deck 2 capitals. It's not great. It's not. They buy the province, you know, just, you know, going for it. Unfortunately, buying the province it's a guaranteed tie if you're tracking grimmbros deck. If they found buried treasure in capital and nothing else, you know, then they can buy province, and they're likely gonna find other stuff here. So yeah, like here, this is game because I think this could just be province duchy for grimmbros, and then stop touching your treasure. Stop. No, it's not. Wait, no, it's still a win. Okay, it's still a win. Just do not click on any treasures right now. It's okay. You gotta really be careful when alignment's out. Just from a practical standpoint, I'm like not clicking. Just like not clicking on it, making sure that your buy phase is over or your action phase is over. Either way, grimmbros could still win even after drawing those cards. You could just buy like province estate. Either way, it won't matter. It's going to be province duchy, and grimmbros is going to take game 3. So our score now is going to be 2-1. I guess I'm assuming grimmbros clicks on province, which I think they will. Province and another green card. Yep. All right, that was a nail biter. Province was game losing basically. I mean, ICUL was in a terrible position there, so I mean, it was gonna have to be like probably a really like in America I had this term called a Hail Mary, which is like a really desperate play, you know. It's gonna be like a desperate play to like, get back, and win the game after he had 15. At the same time, province basically guaranteed he lost because grimmbros had a buried treasure on play and they top deck a capital, so that's already 9 right off the bat. So yeah. Yes, grimmbros had 10 even if undo hadn't been accepted. Yeah. That's a good idea, Line. I am gonna try to upload this to YouTube, and I'm gonna try to do it faster than I've been doing the mass tournament. I uploaded your match line and then I forgot to do like all the others. Or not even forgot. I really need to get that done. I've been thinking about it for a while, and then like I have the video for the next match in the tournament edited, but I don't have it uploaded yet. It's beside the point. Let's look at this kingdom. Okay. So they got the 4-3. I see that neither of them have banned Swindler, but that's okay. Not everyone has to ban Swindler. let's see, what would I open here? Like, what's draw? Draw's Rabble. Draw's gonna be Rabble here. You have multiple attacks with Swindler and Cardinal. It's the first thing that pops in my mind. May not be the best thing. You have Village with Villa and Village Green, and also Villa's here. So yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I guess, what would be my open here? You could Bridge develops, not terrible. Bridge Swindler's okay too. I guess it's still gonna be kind of bad if the terminals collide, but just sort of hoping that, you know, if you hit 4, if you hit enough to hit Villa, you could get out of that situation. Yeah, no, agreed. That was close. That was really close. Technically it's the third game of the match because they played 2 games. I think 2 days ago. But yeah, that was like super close first match. Also, develop is, let's see what they'd open. So grimmbros open Bridge develop. I see how it opens Cardinal develop. Cardinal will be good if it hits anything good, but be bad if it misses anything. Yeah, that is true. Okay, yeah, Gather with cost reduction is gonna be kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, Guildhall Mining Road is definitely a thing. One of the things that I'm wondering is, like, is it, with the abundance of village we have here, is it really going to be stronger than just, like, bridge stuff? I am not sure. I'm not even sure I might be touching it right now, but I think what I like from Grimmbro's position also is probably Villa Rabble. Because also, by the way, here, developing, like, there's a lot of develops nonsense you can do here too, you know. You can develop villas into, like, Rabbles and Swindlers, you know, and you still have a lot of villages. That might be actually what the end game might look like for me, because I would be trying to, like, because I mean, like, Rabble's gonna be the only draw, and there's Villa here, which makes getting Rabble a lot better. So, like, the idea of Rabble being that, like, I can draw a lot of cards dead and use Villa to, you know, buy a Villa to keep going in my deck. So ICL seems to have more attacks, which might be kind of ideal with Villa around, you know. You can hit with a bunch of stuff here. Okay, one thing I didn't say about Cardinal. Opening Cardinal is super hit or miss. Because ICO played a Cardinal last turn and discarded 2 coppers, you know, so it's actually sort of helped. Surely this is a Bridge Mega Turn. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I'd be playing too, a Bridge Mega Turn. But you might be doing, like... But the question is, like, what do you do with getting to the Bridge Mega Turn, you know? And I think I'd be trying to do some weird develop stuff, you know? But it's like, I like... Personally, I like, you know, just playing a bunch of bridges over Guildhall, Mining Road. Swindler could be fun with a couple bridges. That is true. I think Swindler is a much better attacker than Cardinal. Because now, all of a sudden... Let's see. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Oh, gosh. Unfortunate. Okay, this... So, with Swindler, they trashed the bridge, and their Cardinal hit, the Cardinal hit Rabble. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, no, agreed. That's why I hate these cards. I just hate Swindler because, yeah, it hits your... Well, sometimes it'll hit, like, a card like Silver, and it's not a big deal. Sometimes it'll hit, like, the best card in your deck. This is actually unfortunate, you know. Not having grabble, free coppers, and not seeing a single copper is so sad here. This is rough. Yeah, I mean, it's very much ouch. There's gonna have to be a silver. Well, at least they can put the silver in exile. That's not a big deal. Getting develop. Oh, they buy gather. Okay. What do you get here? I mean, you still want the rabbles, so it. Here, here's what I like doing. I like playing bridge, getting a villa here, and then buying the villa, developing that villa into like silver rabble, which I hope they do. They have the villa in hand now. I hope they see that line. That might help them to get back in the game a little bit. Yeah, 4 for 5th unlucky draw. Just like like that Cardinal play and that that Swindler hit was brutal. They unfortunately don't see the develop a villa into silver rabble there, which I think would be good. You know, actually, one good thing is that rabble sort of has an anti-synergy with Cardinal and Swindler. So they're gonna, with rabble, they're gonna discard all their good cards from on top of their deck, and yeah, with Cardinal, they're just gonna discard them all. Kind of. I'd still say that icul is in the lead. It's just one thing to note that the synergy is not as good as you think it is. I would have probably kept a copper. I probably would have kept a copper in play because I think I generally prefer trashing a copper to trashing the estate. Generally, here estate is gonna be a better Swindler target. So if their Swindler hits an estate, then you actually get your estate back. You get a village green. And rabble also can. I like the village green because rabble will be discarding. That hurts. What was I gonna say? Rabble will be discarding a lot of actions, so you can just discard your village green and play next turn. This is for sure. Play your second rabble, in my opinion. Well, that's fine too. So you could also gather it into villa there if you wanted to. It's just, or you can gather now, which I'd probably recommend doing. Okay, so that's actually kind of bad. Since bridge was in play, develop turned the copper into an estate, so that's not the best. Oof. This game's not going in grimmbros' favor at all, I'd say. Like chat's been saying. Spec chat here. They don't hit gag. Oh, they hit gather. Right? No, they didn't. Interesting. Unfortunate. Again. This is brutal, I'm not gonna lie. From icul's perspective, yeah, they're gonna probably keep being able to draw. I don't think triggering a shovel's terrible. I hope they develop their villa into rabble and something else good. Like rabble silver, that'd be a really good play. Yeah, they do. turn it into another Swindler. I mean, it's gonna be fine if... Yeah, I mean, the problem with doing that is that, like, you need to hit Villa, and you're gonna need to play a terminal card first. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'm just trying my best, you know? But, yeah, I'm hoping that, like, people get stuff out of this. Like, if they do, then that makes me happy, you know? So, I hope that grimmbros and icul enjoy it. For sure. But yeah, okay, that's actually a good play. Good play, turning the rabble into a villa to save the turn by icul. It's a great turn, and plus they already have, I think, up on rabbles if I'm correct. Okay. So looking here, can they? I don't think they can win right off the bat. They're one by short. Looks like they're one by short of the win. However, if icul hits an estate, I think that's yeah, it's over because now I think they can pile that. So yeah, do they see the estate pile out? I hope they do. I mean, double is likely to be winning, but yeah. Yeah, they see the estate pile out, so that game goes to icul, so it's 2-2, meaning that we're going to go to game 6 now. Yeah, no, this is actually a really good match. Agreed. Yeah, no, so it's 2-2, and both players are, you know, playing fairly well, so it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Oh, you have Wave of the Pig Clerk, which can sort of be its own finicky village. Let's see, what do you have here? You have, what are the Druid Boons? You have Field's Gift, so you can make it non-terminal. You have C, where you can be draw neutral, and you have Force Gift, where you can get 2 buys. That's interesting. So it actually is pretty sick, you know? It actually is pretty cool. Well, I guess I know who you're working for, Light It, so that should be pretty nice. Okay, so they open silver right off the bat. icul. Looking at this board, what do you want to do? I guess your buys are coming from Wealthy Village, so that's fun. A little sarcastic there. So the silver opened with Wealthy Village is, I guess it's reasonable. I mean, normally with a 3-4 open, I'd almost be like opening Experiment, like something else, maybe Wandering Minstrel or Smithy. At the same time, it's like there's no plus buy, and like you want the silver in your deck. So it's not terrible. You're gonna so like as far as plus buy, it's only coming from Wealthy Village, and that's gonna be probably one of the most centralizing things of this game is getting Wealthy Villages into play. grimmbros has the 2-5, which is kind of sad here actually. You have you at least have a couple of good 2 options, like with Black Hat and Settlers, you know. Sort of like I guess so your opens might be, you know, Black Hat, Wandering Minstrel, or you might do, maybe you're doing Settler Silver. That's actually kind of, yeah, no. 5-2 with vampires is very good. 5-2 on this board just kind of looks sad. So they're gonna do Smithy Silver, which is probably an ideal open because you're probably most likely to hit gold, and you're most likely to hit a loot with plus buy, and then man, I think here as icul, you still probably have to go for like Wandering Minstrel. I think that's. You could also do silver, but I mean, then again, I think I'd rather. Well, no, you could do Smithy too. It's kind of hard. I think the best open is probably Smithy. Settlers or Smithy nothing. I guess you're still gonna be trying to hit like Wealthy Village, and Smithy's going to like draw cards without like discarding, you know, the treasure cards you want to see. I'm like Wandering Minstrel. Um, they grab a silver. My gosh, dude. These are not good draws. I say that, but they can at least hit gold here. But, I mean, it looks like ICL is just, like, far more likely to hit, you know, Wealthy Village first. And this should definitely be a gold. Also, one of the things I forgot to mention is Palace does encourage you to get, like, silvers and gold here as well. KC. Let's see. Oh, they didn't get a gold. Yeah, they got KC. King's Cash is better than gold. They will probably want a gold eventually for 5 points, but I mean, I was not looking at the board what they were doing there. It's on me. But yeah, I mean, King's Cash is going to be better because if he gets, if they get a blue with plus buy, they're going to be able to, you know, play it with like multiple buys. I would probably do Experiment here as Grimmbros. As not exciting as it is to do it with your 5, it's just, you gotta draw. Yeah, I missed King's Cash. I was going too quickly. Yeah, I think chat's right. King's Cash is gonna be better than gold there for, for sure. Yeah, ICUL is okay. What's Diamond Swords? They're getting the good shuffles here. This is an amazing shuffle. They hit their gold, silvers, and all that stuff together really early. Right now, gosh, yeah, this should be King's Cash for ICUL. Also, like, with Smithy here, like, Staff's actually a really good loophole. Yeah, there we go. They can get another, they can get another Wealthy Village if they want. Which they probably should. Oh gosh, Hammer's so good. Okay, ICUL is very ahead here. Having Hammer on an Experiment board is just so good. Okay, Settlers. Okay, they see their King's Cash, thank God. So, I mean, they'll be behind, but not 100% completely losing. Do you play this Experiment? Probably. I play this Experiment. It doesn't do... It's not gonna, like... I mean, drawing these 2 cards is actually gonna be better than preserving your Experiment. They get a card with plus buy, but not nearly as good as, like... You know, Sword here. Or not Sword, Staff. Now, I will say this. This is something I will say. They do see their King's Cash with their loot first. So how would you play this? I think what I'd probably do here is to probably King's Cash as a 4 M4 up, obviously. But I think I played twice this turn. Yeah, I think I played twice this turn. And possibly one time next turn. Maybe actually on second thought, I might just do it all this turn. Like... This could... Well, actually, if they do it next turn, they can get a Wealthy Village next turn. Yeah, that's like... Yeah, that's probably the best. I mean, like... You play double Wealthy Village, get Experiment, get Gesture. That's... Well, they grab a Staff, so actually their... Staff's really good here, because... Staff's good because you can play Smithy off it, you know? And... Especially... You can use that to draw some more off your deck. They're both pretty close. You get 2 Destroyers. Did I miscalculate that? No, you can't. It's really early where I'm at. I'm gonna use that as an excuse whenever I mess something up. Yeah. No, you can't get 2 Destroyers off that. I guess Experiment has the advantage of the little bit of a better current tempo boost, but like, you know, Destroyers are gonna stay in your deck for the entire game, so. How many Wealthy did you get? Yep, they got. Well, they got 2 Wealthy Villages there. I think that was the max they could get, if I'm correct. You know, people have been saying that Hammer's the best loot, and you know, I wanted to disagree with them to be, you know, mean or not mean, so I could feel like I have my own opinion, but it might be right here. It's so good here right now. Hammer grabbing Experiments is just amazing. You can grab Minstrels, you got Smithies. It's very good, especially if they line up with King's Cash. That's gonna be amazing for icul. And getting our Wealthy Village, not entirely surprised. I still kind of think it's earlier for Province because you can build really big here. I think something that's important to note is that, like, I think icul is really good as far as, like, I wouldn't play as Experiment, by the way. Well, then again, actually, never mind. You triggered a pretty good shuffle. I'm actually wrong. Having all your states and coppers out of your shuffle is actually a really good shuffle here. And they grab a King's Cash. So they're not gonna... Sword's gonna hurt here, but... I would keep your draw, yeah. I would say that right now, icul needs to focus on, like, drawing their deck. They have a lot of, like... They have, like, with King's Cash and a couple of loots, the plus buy, they have more than enough payload. I say that, they get another hammer. They get the second hammer, so it's like, they're in such a good position here. Bottom deck's the Gesture. That's really sad, honestly. You can't. You should play as Wealthy Village, though. And if you have 2 King's Caches, you can Orb. You can play King's Cache. Grimmbros can play King's Cache Orb and play another King's Cache, which is going to actually be really good here. So if I believe it's in their discard, if I've been tracking correctly, which it also could be icul has 3. Either way, I mean, I guess they're considering if they should draw to this next shuffle, which I believe they shouldn't. You have a lot of bad cards down there, and I think if you hit your Destroyer or Experiment, it's going to be game over, you know? So it's really unfortunate to see your Destrier and Experiment at the bottom of the shuffle, you know. On top of, getting your wealthy villages later. But I think right now the only way to go forward is just going to be to accept that, like, they're just going to have to accept they're behind. So yeah, ICUL really just has to like grab more like smithies and experiments, and I think they're, especially double hammer, they're gonna be like drawn really well. So it's very much heavily favoring ICUL, but I mean grimmbros is not completely out of it yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't actually really. I mean, well, think as long as you want. I can't complain at people for thinking when maybe they have like a clear line. I've done that before. But like, if you think about what you got, you have a king. Even if you don't have a king's cash down there, you'd probably still like king's cash your orb. You can king's cash your orb. Look at what's down there, and if you don't see a king's cash, you can just do it for money every time. I if you're gonna play with staff and play this year and experiment, you just play it now. I feel like. So that's not. I mean, I think for me, you can just king's cash orb without thinking about it. But at the same time, it's a high stakes match. You get nervous. I've overthought like pretty simple decisions when I'm in this situation, so I can't really say like, "Oh, hurry up," But so if I'm right and there's a king's cash down there in this discard, and they king's cash their orb, I mean that comes out to basically 17 and a bunch of buys. How many buys actually? That's actually important. I guess, something to consider here too is if Grimmbros takes a wealthy village, it's like we have to really start worrying about piles already, because like ICUL, yeah, they do have a King's Cash, cool. Yeah, you do King's Cash, you do that a bunch of times. And then the other, well, I guess you can play your Amphora. You could do that next turn if you wanted to. Or you could play it now, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, just play for money, I think. So, Grimmbros has got to be careful not to, give ICUL a pile out here. I assume you're still going to go for the last wealthy village. It'd also be important. Actually, I think actually Grimmbros needs to score, because like it's gonna be piling experience and gesture is just like too easy. If ICUL hits King's Cash, King's Cash, and like both their hammers, what does that come out to? They get 9 gains, and you can use 5 of them to clear the experiments, because they're likely going to play the experiment in their hand. And then they can use the other 4 gains to empty Destriers. And if they can line up their King's Cash with a third loot, then the game's going to be over basically, because it's like you'll have enough buys to empty Destrier. They'll have enough buys to empty Destriers. And then also, yeah, like did have enough buys to empty Destriers, and yeah, just have a points lead. Granted, don't buy too many more and just get a province here. At least a gold. I guess if like ICO gets that kind of draw anyways. This is way too low. I guess they're not going to hit it though. Okay. So, okay. Pro tip, if you ever watch this ICOL, you can King's Cash your King's Cash and you're going to play King's Cash 3 times. The way that it's been done here, you're going to play it twice. King's... So they get Province, Experiment. Still very dangerous pile lowering, I'm gonna say. I mean, like, grimmbros isn't out of this game, dude. He has the potential to draw a deck here. Okay. Okay, so it didn't work. So it didn't work out for him or them. I would say this should be Province Gold. Province Gold. Just trying to basically should just try to save themselves from, you know, getting piled on. It's both players probably need to invest a little. Probably should have invested a little bit more in drawing. I mean, grimmbros did buy like a bunch of Destriers last turn, but like I'd imagine getting some more Smithies would be nice. Yeah, I mean gold's gonna do more for your deck, and yeah, it's like one of those things like Palace. It's like you always gotta track how many like golds and silvers and stuff are in your deck, and you have like just the right amount of money to go for both, you know. To go for gold over, you know, duchy here. But yeah, it's going to be the same points and gold's going to be better in your deck. But yeah, I mean, grimmbros is still going to be in a bad spot, but they'll at least be up by like 6 points. Hopefully they do. You could also go for, I guess, other options. What else can you do? I mean, I think gold's the best option. I guess you could go like Smithy Black Cat, you know, if you think it's gonna go a little longer. What did they do? Did you Wandering Minstrel Black Cat? Yeah, I mean Wandering Minstrel is a good card. I guess. What? Did they mean to do that? Did they mean to play Wonder? Oh my gosh, that's bad. That is. Oh, that's not good. No. I mean, it's still not over. It's like a, but that's not good at all, dude. I mean, you could still miss. Okay, saves their Experiment. Yeah, I mean, like, it's still not amazing for grimmbros, but I mean, how many buys do they get? If they'll have 6, which is, oh yeah, no, they have the win here. If they have the win here, there's a King's Cash down there. They play Orb. They play their King's Cash. They play their Orb. They play their King's Cash. They play Staff. That's going to be a total of like 5 loot plays. It should be a total of 5 loot plays with plus buy, so that comes out to 6 buys. It takes 2 buys to clear Experiments. And then after that, it takes 3 buys to clear Destrier, and it only takes 3. It's going to take a total of 15 money. Yeah. No, you're right. This is a win. Yeah. I just hope that they're paying attention. I mean, they've got to be paying attention to experiment Destrier pile. If you're trying to like claw your way back, you got to be paying attention to like the low piles. They see it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a turn of events. You know, with the double hammer pull, I thought icul had it, you know? But I think the biggest problem there is I think grimmbros put more draw into their deck towards the end of the game, and they were able to go, even though they had less, like, I guess, loot cards, they were able to, like, go through and, like, hit stuff more, you know? Whereas if I'm correct, icul didn't. They got the Smithy at the beginning, but they didn't really add as much draw until like the very end. If I'm correct. No, and they're doing experiments, but you know, but it's like you want to keep adding draw until you're hitting all your stuff reliably, you know? But that was a crazy game. Crazy game. I guess maybe the owl was out of desperation because they wanted to see more cards. But man. Wow. Grimmbros is a very good player on his way up. This was his first season. I'm very impressed on his pick. Interesting. Oh, this is his first season playing? Oh, he's doing pretty good for a first season playing League. Nice. Yeah, I mean, they seem to be learning the game pretty well. So yeah, I mean, we'll be seeing him around probably in D, and you know, possibly if he can make it to C, you know, if he plays well enough. So grimmbros has the 4 and 3. This is a weird open. I think. I mean, you know that one of them's going to be peasant, and it's probably going to be your 3 open. So with your other card, what are you going to do? Cabin Boy is at least... Cabin Boy is the safest in regards that, like... In the idea that it's not going to be a stop card at the beginning. Okay, so they get a peasant, so they're not going to be able to get the Cabin Boy. Which means they're probably going the other line, which is the Enchantress line, I assume. You kind of risk the collision. You risk collision, but play the Enchantress to, you know, both draw more and maybe do the attack. I like it more than anything else. I guess you could also do Ride. You could also do Ride here, but you're gonna be wanting to play Enchantresses here for sure. What's your draw? You have Journeyman. I mean, Journeyman is like kind of a slightly better Smithy, so it's. And you're gonna have Enchantress here. Okay. You could do. You have a couple options. You could. Right, double Ride is fine. I do think you would have wanted an extra peasant there. But it's not going to be the end of the world because they're probably going to get one here. Yeah, they're going to do the Enchantress. Unfortunately, it's not going to hit icul as an attack. Now, I think at some point they need to grab some fishing villages here. They have some good stuff, but you really do want the village, even if eventually you won't need it. For me, this looks like a fishing village Enchantress for grimmbros. This is actually a very good shuffle for him, seeing his peasant not collide with his with their soldier, and now they can kind of get a lot more, you know, good stuff in their deck, which in my opinion would be fishing village Enchantress. Unless, did they already have 2? No. Let me look. Who got? Okay, so ICL is the one with two Enchantresses. So yeah, I mean, Enchantress's draw. I think I want that in my deck more. And Fishing Village is, a village that's actually one of the stronger villages. So it's like I want both those in my deck. What other options are they considering? Maybe they're considering Ride as opposed to one of these two. I mean, Ride's okay. Okay, they get the Fishing Village. But I mean, I think, Enchantress is going to have some more permanent effects. They get double Fishing Village. The reason I'm not as big a fan of that... I'm not as big a fan of that because it's like, as good as Fishing Village is, as good as Fishing Village is, it's not going to be drawing you cards and or it's going to be a stop card, and stop cards are going to be kind of not great when you're, they're not good when you're trying to cycle through and upgrade your peasants. I guess you play your Fishing Village as a pig, and you hit soldier, probably. Okay, so grimmbros doesn't get their Enchantress here, so they're not going to help ICOL with the, sometimes helpful Enchantress attack. What do you get for 4? Now you need to start thinking about, what your end game is here with, the peasant line. Are you going to be, going the teacher route, or are you going to be going to the disciple route? It's usually better to go to the disciple route, where you don't upgrade your peasants to teachers, basically, It's better to go that route a lot of times. If you have sufficient materials needed to, build. Which I think the thing this kingdom is actually missing now, on a second look, it is missing plus buy. So I think that you would probably get teacher at some point to get some plus buy. You do have different ways to get some stuff, like camel train, war chest, but it's not going to be... But none of them really give you plus buy, which is something you really want, The only thing that would give you plus buy is peasant, and the original peasant card. Which I mean, there's a possibility you just get peasants in your deck for your plus buy. Okay. On Ride, because grimmbros is getting that a lot. It's not... Yeah, exactly. Plus buy is also very important to get action cards off as well, It's... Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, because, I mean... Well, actually, it's not clear to me if you want to do Vineyard to scoring, because I think Colony might be... Colony might be stronger. I mean, you might put... It might not be an either or. You might just do both colonies and vineyards, But, I mean, vineyard's good, and I really often go for it. Yeah, colonies are there. But, I mean, you still might do, vineyards as your second form of scoring, Because, you're going to be getting a lot of stuff off Disciple, and also, this is something, this is me personally, I'm a little bit more okay, personally, with putting Disciple on, duration cards, because it's still, a Throne Room variant, That being said, I think grimmbros is thinking here that, they would rather, play their teacher sooner, which is not wrong. You do want to play your teacher sooner here. So they should Enchantress draw first. Then I think you play horse with I think you play horse as your pig, you know? And then what do you do after that? You'll for sure play your fishing village, maybe play Journeyman. Probably like exclude like copper or something. You're hoping to find your other fishing village, I think. Which you do. I would. No, if so, the thing about Disciple here is that if they play it to get another action, you know, like if they play Disciple on Enchantress, it's gonna stay out. So that means they won't be able to play on like a Journeyman next turn, you know, which is probably what they want. At the same time, you know, it's good. Playing Disciple on Enchantress will offer more reliability, as in they're more likely going to be drawing their deck with 2 extra cards, you know. And I assume that likely what they're going to try to do, I assume they're going to try to put plus action on, you know, Journeyman. So as the way is like how they want to draw their deck. I think me personally, I'd probably put the like Disciple on Enchantress, but it doesn't look good. So yeah, icul with the War Chest, really playing. Did they play all their Enchantresses this turn? Okay, they had one out. Okay, they're really going hard on the Enchantress pile, which, I mean, I actually don't completely disagree with. It's good. You're gonna put an action on Journeyman. Kind of hope you draw it. They don't see it. Kind of gonna be okay as long as they see some. As long as one of their Journeymans is down here. For grimmbros, it's since they're still not drawing decks, it should probably be another Journeyman, you know, and you probably your goal here is probably to try to get you know, your buys in 2 turns from now, so not next turn, but the turn after. I'd imagine. I guess, do they not have, there's also this. Do they not have the War Chest? Yeah, they may not have the War Chest here. Okay, they get the last Enchantress? I mean, Enchantress is a good card, but you don't need it like that bad. Alright. So, looks like both Journeymen were at the very bottom of the deck. Which is very sad, but what's less sad is that Disciple is finally connected with Journeyman, which is going to make, I think, grimmbros is finally probably going to get the deck control they wanted, you know? Which is really good for them. Yeah. And there, they've got another Journeyman. Okay, so they see... I'd play this horse here. Yeah, there you go. So now with grimmbros having, you know, the action on Journeyman, they're gonna be in the lead position here. They should deny Journeyman. Yeah, they did deny Journeyman. I actually like taking Peasant here for an extra plus buy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm agreed. I agree. I like adding a buy there. Did they buy another Journeyman? What did they do? They bought another Journeyman. I mean, I don't entirely disagree with it. Yeah. Yeah, next thing you're definitely going to want to add a buy with teacher, you know? Um, what do you add it on? Honestly, maybe just peasant. You could do it on fishing village, but your buys are going to be really finicky, you know? If you do that. You would have... You may have liked to grab the cartographer at some point, maybe put the buy on that, but it's like, when's a good time to get cartographer? I guess maybe last turn, but still. Yeah, for sure, but for sure you're going to want to add a buy. It'd be funny if they did it on camel train. That'd be pretty amusing. Actually, I'd be tempted to do that at least. I also think grimmbros might make the decision to keep the teacher on the tavern mat, which is not a usual decision that people would usually make, or in a normal circumstance you would make, you know? But the thing is, it's like, you're likely going to play your peasant as the pig, and your best target for a plus buy is going to be peasant. So, it was an option they might do, just to keep your teacher out of the next shuffle. But I don't think it's going to matter as much. Put the plus card to peasant? I guess that's fine. I mean, the main thing you want from that is buys, I assume. It's only going to apply to peasant also. Well, I mean, I guess they're still going to get peasants in their deck. But, I think you're fine on... I mean, I'm going to say I think you're fine on draw. If he at least rotates these Enchantresses where you're playing, like, 1 per turn. If you're playing 1 per turn, you're likely going to see a Journeyman. And, you know, Journeyman's basically like... It's like a double lab, except a little bit better, because you can filter out stuff now. So it's like, I think your draw is mostly solid. I think, basically, you would have wanted to use this for a plus buy, personally, but... It's all good. Now what do you want to do? Do they want to put a prince? They might want to... I mean... I could see them wanting to maybe do a prince also. Maybe that was their plan. Like prince of peasant. It's not... It's not terrible. It's like one thing you can do. Especially since I already have deck control. And at least ensures that I guess it's like an endless chalice that, like, you're buying an endless chalice that draws you a card every turn. So I guess that is something, you know? My line of thinking is that, like, since I have... The war chest is strange, I think. Doesn't really add a lot of pile pressure. Oh gosh, and I guess with their war chest, they're trying to get peasants and plus buys. I guess they're gonna go the potion route, which makes sense for what they're doing. Okay, so they see Journeyman, so they're not dead. I'd get rid of coppers because you're most likely to see that. Okay. Cool. Alright, they're saying they're Journeymans here. Good stuff. The only thing I might say is I hope that they do not, Well, actually, you may not even play... You may not even play the Journeyman here. Well, actually, I was gonna say you may not play it. I wasn't deck tracking correctly. I thought there was a Journeyman on top. They don't have a Journeyman on top. And even if they did, they draw it up with peasant. Hopefully they decide that it is. I think that it's better to alternate, enchantresses instead of playing both here. Unless they're gonna buy one this round, which is fine. Enchantress is a good buy. No, that's their disciple down there. But they're not gonna grab it. I think what they should have... That was just poor drag tracking, to be honest. Playing that peasant there. Yeah, because, I mean, if they had played their peasant first, they would have had an action left before the Enchantress. They would have had an action left, and they could have discipled Journeyman there. Which would have been better, but it's okay. Mistakes happen. Looking like icul. What's going on in his deck? Looks like they're mostly relying on Enchantresses to draw. And, I mean, Enchantress is good, but Duration Draw is good, and, like, it makes your deck a lot more reliable, but I think you want more, like... You do want to do, essentially, what grimmbros is doing it. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. These rides confuse me. Like, well, they don't confuse me. I think they're really trying to draw their deck. I just think they're trying too hard. They already have a lot of... I mean, you already have Enchantress. You already have a lot of stuff already lining up. And the moment you see Journeyman, you're more or less going to draw your deck. I don't think that more draw is what you need. Well, I mean, maybe, unless it was an Enchantress, I would not mind the Enchantress. It's just... I think at this point, what you need is payload, you know? As grimmbros. So they're gonna be piling Enchantress. They got all the Enchantresses, so I think this blow is 8-2 if I'm right, but I could be wrong. Now, as far as what icul needs, no, agreed. icul is relying a lot on the Vineyard's points, which is, Vineyards is good. I think that, again, with Colony here, I think there's more points to be had than simply just Vineyards. And, I think looks like they both have... I guess icul has a t-shirt, just haven't reached it. They haven't reached it yet. Okay, I like that play. That was a good play. That was that's my favorite play from the set, I think. The Cabin Boy to Prince. Basically, getting Prince is gonna kind of be a pain, And now I think you have enough peasants to where... Yeah, I mean... grimmbros is definitely ahead, and, like, they're gonna basically take the colonies. If they start going for the colonies, then it's kind of gonna be over. They have... I mean, they have basically deck control, and icul doesn't, They're drawing their deck, and... their opponent's not, so that's a huge deal, And especially they have, like... They already have the setup to, like, get consistent buy every turn. And they're gonna get a second disciple in. It's very... It's probably pretty overish, Yeah, grimmbro's really able to get to, like, the Journeyman way faster, Okay. So I mean, from here it's pretty obvious. You play as Fugitive. You prince the Peasant. Oh, they princed Horse. Actually, princing Horse is better. I was just thinking plus buy, That's what I was thinking, but No, it should be okay. So, I mean, from here, grimmbros needs to start probably putting up some more payload. Like, getting some platinums in would be nice. Another vineyards is not bad. You know, I guess you might consider just the fact that, like, maybe another outline you can do is you can just try to, like, 3-pile here. You can try to, like, 3-pile all the cards and then just, like, you know, you try to empty out vineyards. I think if they, at some point, they start going for colonies and vineyards, it's over. With this turn, I think icul does not look like they're gonna really do much. Colony is colony is interesting. I still like building to, like, more colonies than one, but it's not like, it's not like the worst thing in the world here. What will be the worst thing in the world is if they miss, if they miss any of their draw cards. That will be the end of the world. Though I guess the good thing is they have Prince to Horse and they do have an Enchantress, so it's like, okay. This is still, like, a really bad turn for icul. So, yeah. Kind of have to do that. Let's see. So, I guess Horse gets Enchantress and it's only plus... It draws you one less card. Interesting. Not the best turn from grimmbros either. Well, not that it's super gonna matter because they can just get double vineyards here, which I think is very much the best move they got. Yeah. So, yeah, even with that dud, it wasn't gonna do. Yeah, you'd want to play your fishing village here. So even with that dud, it wasn't gonna do much. I think icul had the idea. I'd have to go back and look for this game to see if it was just, like, poor shuffles, or maybe the fact that they're just solely relying on Enchantress for draw, and like, if you're solely using, like, you know, duration draw, it's gonna be finicky, you know, especially when you have other options, like, you know. I think ideally you want to do what grimmbros did with the Journeyman, do the Journeyman plus action. You can resign. You don't have to you don't have to ask your opponent to resign. I guess he's being nice about it, but yeah. No, it's okay to resign. I think. But yeah, I think grimmbros is definitely going to a victory here. Did I think the right thing with, like, you know, going for the Journeyman first and the plus action, really making sure they had, you know, deck control, you know. And I may have criticized some minor things, but the overall strategy works here, you know. Yeah, so they have deck control, and we have deck control. It's a lot easier to add, like, you know, add your money, add your vineyards and stuff like that. Like, if you think about it, like, icul had 2 potions before, grimmbros even had 1. But since grimmbros was drawing his deck, it was easier for him to more reliably see his potions. Therefore, like, get vineyards more reliably. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so the end score is going to be 4-2. Looks like grimmbros is going to advance, you know. Good job from both players. It was a great match to watch. Okay, sorry about that. It was a great match to watch. I think it was really... I think Lynette said these 2 players were really close in, like, matchup skill. And at least somewhere. Here in League or ladder or something. Either way, they were both pretty good players. And yeah, I think I think the last two games, from what I remember, I think grimmbros did a better job of, like, you know, getting deck control and drawing and then adding their payload and stuff. From what I can remember off the top of my head. No, actually, wait. I think, yeah. Yeah, no. Both the last two games, grimmbros did that, so. Oh, it looks like everyone left. Yeah. It was just a really good match. Good showing from grimmbros, and, yeah, doing a really good job of controlling your deck and then moving into payload later, you know. I think that if they continue to do that strategies, they will be able to compete in D and C and higher levels, you know. And, you know, clean up some of their play. And icul did pretty well too. I mean, don't get discouraged. You played well too, and you had some good games as well. So yeah. All right. I'll have this video up sometime in the future. Don't know when. But yeah, I guess this is EW Lemon. I'm gonna be signing off.